casual outfits. Okay, just one word, either formal or casual, whatever you think is the best. Is this formal?
Formal.
Yeah.
Casual.
पता नहीं.
Personal, okay, Nero says personal. Do you know something? All three of them are formal outfits.
Oh.
Depending on the industry.
Depending on the place you are going to.
Depending on the industry. We are only talking of profession, we are not talking of anywhere else. So, if you are in sea sports, swimsuits is your formals.
Depends situation.
I'm sorry?
No, it depends upon the situation.
No, it depends upon the profession, your industry.
Profession, where the situation is created. If we are going out of the train, outbound training, and these swimmings are there, water sports are there.
Yes.
Depends upon the situation.
Yes. Okay, yeah. So I would word it a little differently, saying it depends on the
We can say
occasion. Yes, I buy that, sir.
Place
Perfect.
of work.
Yeah.
Place of, okay, yeah. Very true.
Place of work.
Like if you're in the digital marketing, then this is what you'll be wearing.
Event management.
And you know, I'm sorry, somebody said something.
So generally, event management companies,
Yeah.
etc., generally inculcate the culture of casual dressing.
Yeah.
Media
No.
Media.
Okay, so just recently, last Saturday, I have taken a workshop for Redefine Marcom, which is an event management company. And do you know what did the founder tell me? He said, Mansi, please get my people dressing formal.
Because the client will perceive otherwise.
Right. Now what happens is, everybody thinks event management matlab fun and glamour. But at the end of the day, it's business. It's a check that gets signed, there's money that gets transferred. Now what happens is employees don't really understand that. So a lot of people will also say, now pandemic, the dress codes are relaxed. Everything in life is relaxed. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, only the dress codes have gotten relaxed. Business is still formal.
Correct.
Business is not
Only
gotten
forget
relaxed. Yes. And do you know the top guys of the world, the richest of the rich of the guys in the world are still in the formals. They've not changed. But for everybody else, we think we can change. And that is where we don't understand how to move ahead. Every industry has its own way of being formal. Like for example, if you're working with the workers, okay? If you go like this, the way I am dressed, the workers will shoo you off. Then you need a different outfit. Probably something like what Milan is wearing. An outfit that kind of embraces everybody. So it all depends on what profession you are in. Every profession has a different business. I want to give you a word of caution here. There are some people you look at and you suddenly feel, wow, they look amazing. And then you start wondering, how do they look so amazing? And then what we do, we say, Acha, usne ye pehna hai, I will also wear this. And then you realize, nahi yaar, I don't look that amazing, but that person looks so amazing. Does it happen?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know why does that happen? That happens because of body shape. Every individual has a different body shape. There are 8 types of body shape for women and 7 types of body shape for men. Please note that we all have different body shapes, so you can't have a control C and a control V. My earnest request to you, please go to an image consultant and get yourself measured as to what your body shape is. When you get yourself measured, they will also give you solutions on the kind of outfits you need to wear. Carry them in your phone and shop accordingly. Now, a lot of people also tell me, hey, you know what, I'll get it from the internet. Internet has that information, isn't it? But there's one thing that internet doesn't give you. Internet doesn't give you work in progress, and internet doesn't give you combination body shapes. First, do you know your body shapes change over a lifetime?
Yes.
Some of us can have the same body shape, but for some of us the body shape changes. Now the internet never wants this. Like I had one of my clients who was just 23 years of age, and I could see that she's moving from an ideal body figure to a triangular body figure, and I have to tell her, darling, start going to the gym. So you remain where you are. Internet doesn't give you this information. If you are a combination body shape, there are some people who have 2 body shapes together. If you are a combination body shape, the internet doesn't even say that. When we do the image consulting course, you'll be surprised to know we actually taught how to measure people, how to study what are the combinations. When we measure you, we just don't measure you vertically to see what is your combination. We also take you horizontally. What if you were sliced into half? Like, look at me. My right shoulder is lower than my left shoulder. This is how it is naturally. That's my build. If you go to the best of the men's tailors, they tell you nobody has two shoulders the same. This is what the image consulting course teaches us, which you will not get to know anywhere else. So please go to an image consultant and understand what your body shape is. And what the body shape does is when you dress according to your body shape, you get something into that is known as harmony. What is harmony? Harmony is talmel. When everything is in harmony, your life is good. So that is what a body shape does. This is the first point. Please get your body shape measured. The second important point in grooming is your face shape. There are 7 types of face shapes in the world. And each of our face shape can be slotted into certain things. Again, we are taught how to measure face shapes. Your face shape doesn't change for life. You are born with it. Unless you have a surgery or there's been a mishap, touch wood, your face shape will not change. Now, when you go to an image consultant, get your face shape measured, they tell you what should be the neckline. Do you know, gentlemen, there are 8 types of collars that you can wear in your shirts?
Yes.
Awesome. So that, ladies, your necklines, your image consultant will tell you based on your face shape what kind of necklines, what kind of neck pieces to wear, the design of the neck pieces to wear. An image consultant will tell you that. What kind of hairstyle do you need on your face? Your face measurement will tell you that. And we are taught all of this. So go to an image consultant, get your face shape and your body shape measured, get your solutions in your phone, and the next time you're shopping or you're going to the salon, all that you do is just shine that in front of them and say, this is what I want. Perfect? So this is about business grooming. The next thing is business colors. In the world, there are some colors that are business colors and there are some colors that are social colors. When you wear business colors to business occasions, you come out as professionals. When you wear social colors to business occasions, you are a misfit. It's a faux pas. But when you wear business colors to social occasions, you're still doing good. And there's one more thing I want to tell you. Each one of us has a color palette defined for us. Once again, if you want to know which are the best colors that work for you, please go to an image consultant. They will actually measure your colors based on your appearance and they will tell you that this is the color palette for you. Keep it in your phone, go and shop only for those colors. You know, there are some people who look oh so wonderful all the time. There are some people who you really want to go and talk to all the time. You will be like that if you have your personal color palette. I'll tell you a true story that has happened with me because of colors. I had gone for a party in December. Not this December, I'm talking pre-pandemic. I went for a party. And you know what happens in a party? You meet a lot of people there. And I got introduced to a gentleman who was an astrologer. And he must be in his early 60s. So he asked me, what do you do? And my kind of profession, not many people have heard of it. So I was doing the same thing, explaining him the ECG, explaining him the elements of ECG. And then when we came to colors, I said, each one of us has our own color palette. And that color palette dictates what kind of colors you should wear. He said, hang on, how do you do this? So I explained the process to him. And you won't believe that man just kept looking at me. Staring. Blank expressions. I was like, gosh, did I do something wrong? Why is he looking at me like this? Just looks at me and then he says, अगर आप ये सब करोगे तो मैं क्या करूँगा? Wow. So that is the power. You know what they say, lucky colors astrologically is nothing, it's in your body. That is the power. Please go to an image consultant and get your personal color palette. Accessories and footwear. You know what they say? You want to know how well a person is doing, check only 2 things.
Shoes.
Yes, one check is shoes and the second?
The bag.
No,
Nails, wallet, bag, okay, and?
Nails, eyes.
Nails, eyes. The second thing, bathroom. You want to know how well a person is doing? You take a job offer from a company, you want to know how well the company is doing, just go and check the bathrooms.
That
That's it.
that reminds me. I don't know whether I should take name of the company or not, but without taking name, it's a startup food delivery kind of thing. So I went for interview. I think 14, 15 something Andheri. So I went for interview. They said all this that we are an IIT guy. We have started all this kind of thing. I said I want to use your washroom. And when I used that, it's so horrible. I only made minded. I'm not going to join this company. I went back to the interview process. I said, you know what? You're talking about being a startup, being an IIT. Have you seen your washroom? So horrible. Like even a worker won't use that if he's like thinking from the hygiene perspective. And you want to attract your candidate for this company. How will you do that? So I already made my mind, but they never called me also.
I hope they did their bathroom, yeah.
Because I had also gone as a mystery shopper to one of the salons, and they had like just few points for other services, but for the washroom they had a page long list of checklist.
Yeah,
They said if you go to the washroom, you have to check this, this, this,
Yes,
this.
yes,
But
yes,
for the
yes.
other services, there were like 2, 3 things. Like, matlab, एक page पे every other services and one entire page just for washroom. So they said that we need to keep our washrooms in check.
Right.
That's what the rating is on.
Right.
See, around 7-8 years back, Aditya Birla also has posted on the Facebook
Acha.
why he is very beautifully the washrooms are designed and is maintained in these offices.
Acha, okay.
Uh,
Can
he
you
took
share
a-
that because I
if I get,
it
he
will
took
be-
the reference of somebody,
Yes, please.
somebody posted that his washroom commode was of gold.
Yeah.
So reference to that, he said, I don't have the gold, but I have the like every other things.
Yeah.
Even I
Just to
also
add
want
that,
to share it.
Yes, sir.
One of my client in Ahmedabad called me, and I went first time there. So I said there are two conditions. This is my fees. If you can afford me, you can hire me. Okay, fees no problem. Okay, let me check your property.
Washroom.
I went there. It was in a dilapidated situation. That's worse than the railway one. Then I said, okay, the second one I will keep it first. You repair first. Once it is repaired, and then call me.
Yeah.
And it has happened actually.
Yeah.
I came back, leaving that my assignment to him, subject to this. And then after 15 days, he called me. He showed me the photographs. He shared the photographs. Now this is the condition. Please come.
Yeah. Very good. That's very nice.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And
You were
then,
saying something.
yeah, so we recently shifted to WeWork office in Vikroli because we are now renovating our office. And then around 20-25 people are sitting in the WeWork office. So what's happening there is now we have started comparing because we have certain standard protocols to be followed as per the US guidelines to set up an office. And now we started in WeWork office. And if you go to WeWork office, any of you visited, they have a beautiful cafeteria. They have most of the people for the pantry. And if you go to the washrooms, you will find there's a smooth music going on. And even if you visit the ceiling of it, you will find the Bose speakers.
Yeah.
Now tell me who has put the Bose speaker in the bathroom? So they have done, and that's kind of a USP that they're creating for the Indian customer. Now we have taken this idea and now we are replicating to a US office.
Yeah.
So just look at that, the kind of impression they are creating
Yeah.
for US customers.
Yeah.
So that's one of the story I want to tell.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You were saying something, Mil?
No, just what
We have seen a couple of offices. The mental
Beautifully maintained.
This is,
But
it's
it's
a
also
really
in the
worth to
old-
see that.
Yeah.
It's as good as 5-star.
Yeah. Whose place is this?
The client.
Your client.
Oh,
Yeah. Beautiful.
That is also holds true for houses.
Very much. That's the reason I said you want to see how well somebody's doing. Check only two things: shoes and washroom. Preeti, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was saying that I'm so particular. We've always had the washroom very clean, and we
Yes,
was
I agree.
at our office.
Even I have run a workshop.
Yeah. So they are so particular about the
I remember
washrooms
that,
being
yeah.
clean.
Yeah.
Specifically when you have a kitty in the works now, do first clean up your washroom because every lady will visit there and she will judge whatever is there.
Right. Very true. In every situation, personal, impersonal, social, casual, two things: shoes and washrooms. These are the only two things you need to check to know how well somebody is doing. So, what does accessories do? One, they are useful, they are versatile, and they are attractive. The second thing is their commitment to details and quality. please remember, guys, the accessories you wear, the footwear you wear shows your eye for detail. I'm just going to do a small exercise here. Think of one person who is meticulous in their job. Your ex-boss, your current boss, your colleague, your team leader. Think of anybody who's meticulous. And now think of that person's accessories. Think of his bed, think of his shoes, or think of her shoes, think of her beds, think of her sari pleats. People who are meticulous, who have an eye for detail, their accessories will be equally meticulous. The next is the accessories and accessories and footwear can either elevate your look or deflash your look. They are needed, they are must-have. There's no compromise. And the next thing is self-care. Most important thing, pleasant, neat faces attract. You know, if your face is not attractive, a lot of people are hesitant to reach you. So I have this one of my current clients who's a credit analyst, a GM credit analyst with an insurance company. Now this gentleman, he's 36 years of age and he's balding. Most of my clients who come to me who are balding, they're very conscious. And they'll be like, Mansi, first do something about my hair and then we'll talk about something else. I asked this gentleman, I said, sir, do you want to do something about your hair? And he's like, no, I mean, I'm comfortable. If it's okay, then we don't have to do anything. And I was very surprised because this was the first client of mine who says that, we don't have to do anything. Then I said, okay, I'm not going to take a decision like this. I will measure your face shape. If it is needed, then we will do it. When we measured his face shape, you'll be surprised to know he had a combination face shape. And he was so right, he didn't need to do anything with his hair. The only thing that he needed was a little hair gel to get his hair styled in a particular manner. And the moment we did that, his look changed. His face suddenly became a lot more pleasant. Pleasant, neat faces attract. The most important thing, you are your responsibility. Nobody is going to take care of you. Nobody is going to do anything for you. You are your responsibility. You have to take care of yourself. And men, my dear gentlemen, you need as much care as the women. I am telling you, I have a tough time sending the men to salon just to do their facials.
Oh, and pedicure and manicure. Such
Yeah,
horrible toes they have.
I'm coming to that. Three things, thanks for that, yeah. Three things are very important irrespective of what gender you belong to. Facials, manicures, pedicures to be done on a monthly basis minimum. You can do it fortnightly also. Because of the corona thing, recently everybody's a little wary going to salons because of the infection spreading and you don't know what place you are in. Please get urban clap guys home.
They're not doing for men.
I'm sorry?
They're not doing for men. They're not providing home
No, they do. Because my husband does it, so I know.
I tried 3-4 times.
Try that, my husband does it. I also stay in Thane. I stay in Basant. वहाँ पे आते हैं तो they'll come everywhere.
Now men started doing it now.
Yeah, no.
They used to go पहले बाहर, but घर पे urban club I booked 3
They come
times.
because my husband does. My husband also doesn't like going to the salon, so he does it at home and they do very good job. Okay, gentlemen, I'm really sorry, but I'm telling you a very hard fact. Okay, women are more intelligent. See what we do. We have these pedicure dates. So we friends get together. We have some nice food, and we also get somebody to do our manicures and our pedicures. You also do that, no?
They would rather drink.
Yeah, so drink with manicure and pedicure. Because otherwise you are not going to find time.
Suggest going to Arizona.
Spa kind of point. A spa networking meet the next time.
Only for men.
No, women are already intelligent. We will do it. We don't need women. Okay, now women.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the 4 things of the G of ECG, which is grooming. So you have business formal and business casual dressing, business colors, accessories and footwear, and self-care. Now, I have a business grooming self-assessment on my website. Would you like to do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mansi, can we see the last picture?
Yeah, sure.
Like in that.
Black not shown as a business. Black is a business term.
Yes,
Yeah,
black
it's a pure business term. No, I'm sorry. What were you saying? Actually, you want to
For,
take a
yeah,
picture?
for men only the shoes is like the best choice.
No, sir. There's a laptop
Wow,
bag, there's a
yeah.
watch.
No, I'm talking about the shoes. For the shoes particularly.
Acha, shoes. Sir, I've written a blog on shoes on LinkedIn. Will you see that? Because if I
Okay.
start talking, then I'll start talking for another half an hour. I have a blog on LinkedIn on shoes for men. I also have a blog on LinkedIn for fat men dressing. Have a look at that also.
So your shoe color has to match your belt, right? Always.
Belt color.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never do
Yeah. Let me come to that. If you are dressed in ultra formals, your belt and your shoes is the same color. Your socks and your trousers is the same
Same.
color. When you're ultra formal. My advice to all gentlemen, whenever you go to buy trousers, please buy 2 pairs of socks. I'm emphasizing 2 pairs of socks. What happens is the socks wear out. So one fine morning you realize the socks is worn out, so you will either dump that sock or you will wear it like this only. Both of them are wrong. So one wears out, you always have a second one. Now what is happening is with the casual culture coming in, a lot of us are wearing denims to work, a lot of us are wearing cotton trousers to work, a lot of us are wearing chinos to work. The real rules still remains the same. The problem with the younger generation is that they have neither the time nor the inclination to do it. If that happens, if you want to be like the younger generation, where you want to wear a belt of a different color and the shoes of a different color, my suggestion would be stick to the same color family. Like for example, white sneakers are in. Yeah? Everybody's in white sneakers. Yeah? Irrespective of the outfit that you're wearing, you're in white sneakers. Suppose you're wearing a denim and you want to wear a belt along with it. Wear a beige belt. Wear a light brown belt. If you want to look formal. Otherwise, you can wear any belt. You can also wear a red and a yellow if you want to look casual.
So now you have the twin colored socks thing also.
Yeah. That is again what
Business
you see,
casuals, they wear it.
the one sad thing that has happened is the clothing companies, the companies that make our outfits, they are making more casual outfits on the name of saying now it is work from home, so we are relaxed. But please remember, it is only the clothing that is got relaxed. The business is still on.
So you're saying light trousers, light socks,
Light trousers, light socks.
irrespective of the shoe.
Irrespective of the shoe. You can wear a black shoe, dark contrasted.
So what about this ankle socks? Now you wear what you call it, ankles.
And ankle socks, no show socks. So okay, women have an advantage here. Yeah, as usual always. If you're wearing whatever is the color of your bottom, either you wear the same socks or you wear skin color. Okay, but please don't go wearing anything else. I have seen cases where people wear popty plazo with Rani pink socks. It's very nice if you're going for a fancy dress party or theme party, or a social occasion, but it's not nice when you're coming to work. So the small things that make a big difference.
Mansi, what about nowadays men are not wearing the socks, shoes, typical shoes, they have.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Men are not wearing the socks.
Yeah. So you get those no-show socks. Sir. What happens is if you put your foot in your shoe without the socks, it's not very comfortable. So you get socks that only cover your fingers and your ankle.
It has a
You can
silicone
wear
belt
that.
in the finger
Yeah.
and a silicone belt in the back, so that it
It's
is not
very
stiff.
comfortable.
Otherwise, you get socks without the silicone patches also, but that will come out in your shoe. So get the no-show socks with the silicone patta.
But it looks very like.
Yeah, it's not everybody's cup of tea. See, this is coming from the digital marketing world because digital marketers are young, hip guys, so they dress in a different fashion. If it doesn't work for you, I'd say please don't go. Don't go to
Actually,
control
in
C,
Bombay,
control V mode.
we feel that it is more from a non-business like a digital marketing or something. But if you go down south, the entire IT is running this way.
I know.
So it
I
is
know.
not just like a.
I'll tell you something
it is-
very funny.
yeah,
I had
it
a
is the
gentleman.
entire IT who said कि हम cool office बनाएंगे, हम लोगों को cool बनाएंगे, shorts पहन के आओ चलेगा. वो लोग ने पूरा dressing sense like
Change
formal
कर
dress-
दिया.
If you go like real, I'm telling Bangalore and Hyderabad, you see people going to work. You will not.
I'll
see
tell you a
Indians
true
in
story.
college
This has
attire.
happened
So
with
are
me.
they formal or informal?
They are formal. For them, they are formal.
For them, they're formal, but I'll tell you a true story, okay? I had this gentleman, one of my ex-colleagues who is now in Bangalore. And he just happened to be in Mumbai and I met him. And he said, all this image and all you're talking is bakwas. कुछ काम नहीं करता है.
मैंने बहुत सुना बैंगलोर में सुना I stayed in Bangalore for 2 years
They say that.
and they
He said this is all purpose. You come to Bangalore. My kids come to work in shorts.
Yeah.
I said, hang on, repeat the statement. Repeat the statement. The statement was, my kids come to work in shorts. And I said, let me ask you, he works for a multinational. How many times has your managing director come in shorts? He said, no. I said, how many times have you come in shorts? He said, no, I wear a proper pair of denim. Matlab, when you are at the lower cadre, you will wear casual. But as you start climbing the charts, you get more and more formal. Do you know why?
you want people to
matter,
take
image.
you want people to take you seriously.
Seriously? Accountability is big.
Customer
At a senior level, can you afford to make a mistake?
No.
You can't. You know, most of my customers, 90% of them are people who are 36 plus. A lot of coaches I meet will always tell me, I don't like to work with people who are 40 plus. They come with their own emotional baggage. Yeah, a lot of coaches tell me that. And how come you work with them? I said, listen, I am comfortable working only with 40 plus. Because now they want to be somewhere in life. And they understand that if they slip on their business grooming, nobody is taking them seriously and the next opportunity is not coming to them. Just like the way Govind said that the moment we meet a candidate, we decide whether we should hire him or not. That's how it works. Kids, they'll come now. Let them go in shorts. Let them go in spaghetti. When they have to climb the ladders, they will change.
Okay. When their time comes.
What happens, a lot of us think. See, I also have kids, okay? My daughter is in the 12th. And she also dominates a lot of my clothing decisions. And we think that, this is the next generation. This is what they're doing is hip. And this is hot. And I should be like them to be hip and hot. But darlings, you all are in a different phase of life. And they are in a different phase of life. And if you slip from your phase of life, they will not have a future. If you have a child who's anything between 10th and graduation, post-graduation, you are funding your child's education. If you slip, they don't have a future. So the struggle of the generations will continue. But we have to see what gets the moolah in. So I have a free self-assessment on my website. Can I share it? Am I allowed to? Yeah. How do I share it? Should I put it on WhatsApp or something? WhatsApp is very
Just tell us the type. You want us to conduct it?
Yeah, it's 2 minutes. If you go to mansilalsawant.com, no, there's a free assessment tab there. So you know what's a phone that you officer.
Here is one phone. Yours?
No, she has both my phones. I don't know whose phone.
No, that is mine.
It's yours.
I have put it.
नहीं दूसरा वाला फोन एक सेकंड हाँ तुझे पर डिस्ट्रैक्ट should I put it on the group Thane HR'ite this one yeah just click on the stand.
Can we display on the laptop also? Not required.
I don't have it on the
Just put
presentation.
mansilalsawant.com.
Yeah, mansilalsawant.com.
mansilal.com Thane.
नहीं MANSI mansilalsawant.com.
And then we go to free assessment.
Free assessment, yeah. And there are a set of questions that you have to answer in yes or no.
Mansi, you have the WhatsApp on your laptop?
No, sir, it's not connected. Sorry, no, Shamkant, it's not connected.
Really struggling.
See, I put it on the group also on the Thane. The thing is, I'm so used to saying sir and ma'am, it gets very difficult. So you can give it. It will tell you how well is your self-assessment. I mean, how well is your business grooming developed. It will give you a score immediately. It's just yes, no questions. Did you get it? So you need help. It's on the group. I put it on the group.
Group में दे दिए.
Milan, you need help?
I have to rush for office.
Acha, you got to rush for office.
You got it?
Office ऐसे.
Today तुमसे office?
पाशी.
किती 1 तास लागेल ना मला? अर्धा तास.
salary cycle, payroll cycle.
Right.
You can use this.
So Mansi, just asking, when you do this campus to corporate program, basically these are all youngsters
So, right.
out from the MBA colleges,
Right.
and then
Okay.
you also do the reassessment after certain interval now, just to check how effectively that these guys are implementing it or started practicing.
Yeah, so we have in whatever is the contract, how many of a day's training, we have a free follow-up after a week.
Okay.
We tried implementing it after a month and we realized nobody comes. So we reduced it to a week. So, most of these things are co-created with the HR.
Okay.
Like, to be honest, I don't have a singular program that I can copy paste for anybody. So if I'm doing a program
all
with you,
customized.
we do a co-creation and then in a week, we do a follow-up.
And for mid-level, like how you do it. Say for example, I have mid-managers who are mostly client-facing roles. And then obviously they come from the construction background, so probably grooming is something that they are not been taught historically. So if I have to inculcate this kind of programs in them, and then how you will able to assess them after certain period of time.
So there are two ways of doing it. One is we do a training program wherein we impart knowledge. Okay, and then we have a follow-up after the week, just the way we always do it. The second way is to do personal consulting for all of them.
Okay.
Like one of my clients in personal consulting is the GM Vishapuji Manji.
Okay.
Okay, so we can do that also.
Okay. I'll connect with you for this separately.
Sure. Anytime.
I have faced one incident, Govind also mentioned that, if somebody not come properly dressed up for the interview, you reject it then itself. It was somewhere in 2001. I do remember I was working with one of the pharmaceutical company and more business on the Latin America. And we are facing a lot of, the problem getting the right resources for Latin America. So one gentleman was called and it was a July month. And it was raining heavily. He came in the sandal. He didn't wear the shoes. So on that basis, my marketing director rejected. I tried to convince him. He said nothing. If the sales guy doesn't know how to wear in whatever the situation, maybe the scorching sun outside, hot summer or the rainy season, he should be knowing that his all dressing sense isn't properly appearing for the client meet. On that basis, rejected. And he was very, very right talent for our organization.
Right. Yeah.
But it was small mistake on his part.
Especially your collar, fits
Yeah.
not
Right.
proper or your-
Yeah.
Especially for the men. Women it's a little tricky because you get away with a lot of things. I mean, general, but for men especially the same.
See, sales roles are crucial. And if you're on your own, no, sales is a non-negotiable because you got to get the moolah in.
Yes.
So then your presentation becomes very, very important.
And the more global you go, I think you get more sensitive.
Yeah.
Especially now with the online session, I think there's a lot of scope because especially,
Yeah. That should.
Yeah, I think, especially like when you talk with American versus
Right.
you talk to
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
from Britain,
yeah,
it's absolutely very
Okay, should we move? Yeah. Okay, so business image is E plus C plus G, which is etiquette plus communication and grooming. And these are the 12 elements that we just covered about business image. Like we said earlier, business image is the starting point of trust. And this is the technical definition of business image. It's the impression we leave on our stakeholders' mind. Please don't forget your vendors, the most important stakeholders. Now, in professional pursuits, competence is a given. Please note, if you're not skilled in your technical knowledge, even God cannot help you. If you're technically strong in your subject matter, to be successful, the only thing you need to develop is your business image. Develop all 12 elements of business image and enjoy the happiness of success walking into your life. They say law of attraction. You become a magnet and you attract. This is a secret that they don't tell you. Do your business image. So how exactly does business image make you successful? Now, we all need increased money in life. Anybody here who doesn't want more money? You all want more money, right? So okay, we're all on the same page.
More and more.
More and more, okay.
ये दिल मांगे more.
Aha, I like that, okay. To have increased money, all of us need increased sales. Now, whether you are on your own or you are in an employment, whether you have external customers or you have internal customers, we need sales. You're selling to outsiders or you're selling to internal customers, it doesn't matter, you have to sell. Even HR has to sell. So we all need increased sales if we want more money. And how do increased sales happen?
Increase customers.
How do increased sales happen?
Increase customers.
Increase customers. But
Giving good customer experience.
giving good customer experience, increase customers. What else?
Customers.
Positive image about yourself.
Your approach.
Communication.
Approach.
Better rates.
Service excellence.
Service.
You're all image.
Image building.
Image.
Image building.
Good sales will happen only through relationship building. You can give the best customer service, your rates can be lowest, but if you have a relationship, you have cracked the client. Think about it. Each one of you is in this room because you have a relationship with Govind sir. Right?
I think we are with each other.
No, but relationship doesn't happen like that only. It has to be supported by your services, quality, customer experience.
I love you for this. And I am coming to that. Okay.
That's why I call human relations.
And not human resources. Yes. Awesome. Now, you could have a relationship for 30 years. So this is great. You could have a relationship for 30 years and not get one paisa of business, and you could know somebody for 30 seconds and pick up your life's biggest order.
Yes.
Why?
How you make them feel?
Because
First
you make them
impression.
feel comfortable.
Because
The
of
The trust is important.
If Vinu trusts me, her every order is coming to me.
I'll share you my one example. In a last HR mix like this, I have good relations with Malik. He introduced someone else. He narrated about the trust on me. I got the business.
Super. And that's how trust works. Awesome.
That's totally built on relationship.
It's relationship, but in relationship also it's trust.
Trust.
See, I'll tell you, if you've ever seen a child grow up, okay? And he was very notorious when he grew up. And now he is somewhere in his mid-20s and he's struggling to get his career. You know what he will say? बचपन से ही शैतान था, पता नहीं क्या करेगा आगे. But if you've seen a child who's been very sincere in studies and now is in the mid-20s trying to get his foothold, what will you say? बचपन से ही sincere था, कुछ ना कुछ तो कर ही लेगा. That is the power of relationships. And the only element that works in relationships is trust. Nothing else. Now you must have heard many times, trust takes years to build.
Yes.
Once trust is broken, you can take forever, but it will never get repaired. I have a question for you. Where does trust begin?
In seconds.
Seconds. Yeah, that's the time. I'm saying, where does it begin?
With your own self.
With your own concept. Who can you just participate? Yeah, who said with your own self?
You have to believe in yourself.
You have to believe in yourself. Okay, what else?
What is your conduct?
Trust begins with your business image. I'll prove this to you. You are in a networking meet. You look at somebody and you say, "Mujhe se baat nahi karna." And then you come to know, he's a very big guy. He does this, and he's very useful for your growth. You look at him and say, ye mujhe help karega. Out. But there's another person whose business image is impeccable, and you want to go and talk to that person. So you go, you talk to the person, you strike your deal, and you close it. That is the power of business image. The first thing business image does is likability. You will talk to somebody only when you like them, no? If you don't like them, how are you going to talk? So the first thing that business image does is makes you likable. And after they made you likable, they get the trust. So business image is the starting point of trust. When you develop all the 12 elements of business image, you're trusted more. And therefore, you have more opportunities coming to you. And this is a secret that very few people know. Think of the best bosses you've worked with. Don't they have all the 12 boxes clicked?
Yes.
So it's simple, no? If you want to do that, you just click the 12 boxes. Oh yeah. It's as
They are,
simple
they
as
are
that.
very disciplined also,
Yes.
and they know very good how the time to be used.
Yes,
Perfect in
organization,
time
time management, everything. Right? So your business image is etiquette plus communication plus grooming. And now let's visit the knowledge confidence meter once again. We did it in the start. Where are you now?
At 4 now.
4. So there's been an improvement. Okay, so I did a good job today. Business image is the starting point of trust. Let's go back to those friends whose names you had written in your notepad or your OneNote. Do you remember those names you had written?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
people who are highly competent, highly skilled. They should have gotten their success long back, but they still haven't gotten their success. Please open your mobiles, go back to them, and let's give them the success they deserve. Do you want to be the good Samaritan in that person's life?
Yes.
Do you want to be the Florence Nightingale in that person's life?
Yes.
Do you want to be the Mother Teresa in that person's life? So open your phone, send them a WhatsApp message, tell them I'm attending this physical Thane HR'ite meet. I attended the session on business image by Mansi Lal Sawant today, and this I think will help you, and put in your 3 takeaways. Do that for them now.
Yes.
Can you just reload the 12 one?
Yeah, you want to see the 12 items? Yeah, sure, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just.
Send a message to your friends, help them succeed. And when you're done, please let me know. Bye, Helen. Sir, can you switch on this AC? AC and light. Sure. Acha, if you want the light, please. To type the message.
I just like to narrate one incident here. Probably it will be able to connect with the content that we have just discussed today. It's all about the business image and how you groom yourself and then take yourself to the next level. One of the interviews that I attended, obviously 6 years back, and a very senior person just asked me like a typical questions about what you do and all, and then he asked a very different question that are you responsible? Have you made anyone's career in your life? When he said med career, not somebody like you hired, but then are you responsible for someone who has really been kind of a coaching from you, and then he developed himself. And then I said no. I said no because obviously we never do that. We always think of ourselves, and then we get into this flow of corporate jargons, and then you become self-centric, and that really hurt me. I think. Then I went back and then I started visiting. Okay, who are the friends that I work with? Who are my colleagues? And have I guided someone? And obviously, when I looked at my earlier peers and all, the first name that I strike is Sujit Baikar, which Govind also knows.
Yeah.
Instantly, what happened? Sujit is the one I hired him in Edeco, and then I invested a lot of time because he came from a very humble background. I really taught some business of the traits of the business, so that he becomes a manager. And then again, we share a good rapport. So I shared a kind of advices that you should jump from a consulting to corporate because that will give you a complete advice, and then probably you'll able to grow. That kind of a story. And then I said, it's not only one Sujit I need to grow. There will be multiple Sujits are already there in the market. Probably we should give a small piece of our advice or kind of a consulting. Definitely it will be, and the kind of a satisfaction that you get at the end of the day is awesome. So probably I think we should all do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Send that message to people. Let them know that you attended the Thane HR'ite's physical meet. Let them know you attended a business image session by Mansi Lal Sawant. And these are the 3 things that you think they can gain from. And put your 3 takeaways. You are lighting the path for someone else. Like I'm lighting the path for you, right? I'm not charging a penny to be here. It's free. It's coming to you free, right? So just light some. And why do I do that? I have a very selfish motive to do this. You know why?
We become your ambassador.
No. Oh, okay, I never heard that. So, when I first attended the career counseling seminar by Image Consulting, I realized as Indians we have so much potential. So much potential. We can probably beat anybody in the world. If we are taught business image, nobody can beat us.
Absolutely.
And that is where I began my journey from. That was the thought. So even today I do a lot of free talks because I want to see everybody very beautifully dressed with their business image. That's my dil ka ichha.
Thank you.
That's my
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I have a question, Mansi.
Yeah.
So for women, kurtas and saris, how much of a business outfit is that?
I'll just do that. Give me a minute. Okay, now how does it feel when you help somebody with this information? Superb, no? So let's be the geese. Let's learn from each other. Let's grow together because no one grows alone. We all grow together. And remember, business image is the starting point of trust. On that point, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your attention. These are my candidates. At any point in time you need any help, feel free. I'm right there. I'm on the group also. So
Yeah.
you can ask. Yes, dear. Coming to your question now.
So for women, kurtas and saris, how much of a business outfit is it?
Sari 100%. Now, women, saris also there are formal saris and there are social saris. You know, wear social saris to formal events, but you can wear formal saris to social events.
Formal
And-
is a cotton sarees.
So what are
Cotton-
formal sarees?
Yeah. So cotton, the temple border saris like what Sonia Gandhi wears is formal saris.
Those are khadi sarees.
Huh?
Those are khadi sarees.
There's khadi, cotton, pure silk, banarsi with a single border. These are all formal. Linen saris. These are formal saris. So any sari with a contrast border, which is plain with a contrast border, becomes a formal sari.
And the pleats are pinned up or open?
Always pinned. Yeah, but if you are in the business of event management, if you're in the business of glamour, if you're in the business of birthday parties, birthday cakes, then your palla can be open.
Otherwise, but officially, if you're formal and you're in a conference, something it has to be fit.
It has to be pinned. Yes, it always has to be pinned. Always in business colors.
And what are the accessories that you need to wear?
It's up to you, honestly. Please, there's no thing that if you're wearing a, thank you, ma'am. There's no thing that if you're wearing a sari, you have to wear a neck piece, you have to wear earrings. No, nothing like that. It's up to you. You can wear a sari without any accessories.
Kurtas is not considered.
Kurtas are formal. Depends on what kind of kurta are you wearing. I will be doing a free talk very soon on the kind of kurtas you can wear for corporate wear. I'll put it on the group, just join me. It's a for women talk only. And men, you can send your wives, your girlfriends, your sisters, nieces, everybody to the talk.
And
It's
also
only on
attend them
kurtas.
and shop for them. Also attend and shop for them.
That's a your choice.
Mansi, one more thing. I just want to check with saris, you can wear chappals, and what kind of chappals? Because I am sure you cannot wear shoes. It doesn't go well with the saris.
Okay. If you want to make chappals, your feet have to be perfectly pedicured.
It's very important.
That's the first important. Whether you're wearing chappals or you're wearing sandals, your feet have to be perfectly pedicured. Second thing, shoes look absolutely good with saris. There's nothing wrong.
So, ballet shoes is what you would suggest.
Any kind of shoes. You can't wear stilettos. I mean, at least I can't wear stilettos with saris. I find it very difficult to walk. But if you're comfortable, go ahead, do it.
Okay.
Perfectly alright. Shoes look very good with saris.
These closed shoes kill the norm when you're wearing trousers with western outfits.
Closed shoes is always the best norm.
No, but with formals or now I think you can
Okay,
show off.
whenever you want to wear formals, no, always wear closed shoes. And suppose if you want to wear casuals and you want a casual footwear that doesn't look casual, then you buy casual colors in closed shoes. Like, you get those kids in which you can put your foot down. You can just slide your foot. A slip-on kit. Buy it in a social color. Buy a bright green, a neon pink, a neon blue. Do that. Yeah, people wear it and it's really good. At some places,
But somehow I don't know. I'm sorry for making those faces, but somehow I don't gel with it.
it's okay, it's okay. Perfectly alright. Your space, don't worry. I have somebody who wears only bright pink shoes, sneakers with a sari. But that's how she is. She's like, I care a damn. This is how I'm going to go. She's into events. And it's comfortable, when sneakers are comfortable, yeah. I mean, you can just run along anywhere in sneakers. Any other doubts?
Yeah, I had a question.
Yes, sir.
Relating to what Sir said, the person who got rejected in the interview, especially during the race. So always I have this question in mind. Generally, you wear your closed shoes while you're traveling, if you're walking. Water seeps into your shoes, especially during the rains.
Very true.
And then you're not comfortable when you're in the office. So people then wear sandals and then they wear shoes when they change into shoes when they're in the office or something. So what is the right thing to do? I mean, you wear still shoes, closed shoes, even in the rains, in spite of the fact that you know that you're not going to be just to be presentable, or it's like wear your sandals, go to the office and then change or something like that. So that question has been there in my mind for a long time.
Very
So I
long
think
time,
this is the right.
So I'll tell you what I told the data projects team. In the rainy season, because the water seeps in, it's not hygienic for your feet to be there. You can develop all kinds of things on your feet. So the best thing for you to do is wear any footwear that you want to wear. Sometimes you want to wear the poked shoes or you want to wear open sandals from home. Go to the office. First thing, please wash your feet. Wash them, take a tissue, dry them completely. Have a piece of footwear always in office, a formal piece. Then get into that. Don't even get into formal shoes with wet feet, they will stink. But more than that, your skin will have all kinds of issues. So do that.
So what would a person who was attending the interview do?
What he should have done. Yes, I will come to that. The best thing to do at that point in time is, first of all, carry your formal shoes in a bag. Okay? Second thing, reach the venue half an hour early. Use the washroom, wash your feet, change your shoes, and then come and sit at the reception comfortably. Okay? Because you know how HR guys are. No? They're also monitoring the reception CCTV. Okay? Sit comfortably. After that, when you're called, leave your old shoes outside. Attend the interview, come back, go back to the washroom, change, and then move out. It's not that. So you were saying something?
Yeah, my question may not be relevant to the grooming sense, but I have a typical problem. If suppose someone is put very strong perfume or deo, I get a headache, and therefore how I communicate to the people. In my dress code policy, I just mentioned that you please use very soft or mild kind of perfume or deo. But this is general problem in every offices or probably when you are going at the public places.
So I'm just going to take a little longer here and I'll just talk to you about the implementation of the dress code. And so we do a lot of training programs on the implementation of the dress code. My usual observation has been employees are averse to what the HR says you should do.
That's always.
Okay, if the HR says wear black shoes, they will wear white shoes. How do you know this is correct? It's always the case. Okay. What happens is instinctively, because we are in HR, we know what is right and what is wrong. Instinctively, we know it, but we don't know the logic behind it. What my image consulting qualification does is it gives me the logic. So when I tell the logic to the employees, they buy it. And I'm going to give you a true case study, and sir, then I'll come to your questions. I was training 63 moons. Do you know Pramod Panika? I'm sure most of you do. Yeah. So I was with him and I was training 63 moons. And at that point in time, the short kurti and the leggings were in fashion. Now the HR banned it. Women cannot wear short kurtis and leggings. There was a time when the HR sent back girls who were wearing those kind of clothes. Now you imagine what must be the environment of their organization. And on that they call somebody externally to say how to implement the dress code. So you imagine what kind of situation I walked into. And there's this girl sitting full of anger. And she says, you know what? The HR says you cannot wear short kurti and leggings. It's a fashion. It's so sexy. So there you got it, babe. It's sexy. It's not work. A lot of clothing tends to show body silhouette. When we are at work, the attention has to be at the face because this is where your brain is, not on your body. Now, the HR subconsciously understands that when you wear a short kurti with leggings, you are attracting attention to all other places other than your face. So they ban it, but they don't know how. So this is where we come into picture and we help the employees get dressed as per the dress code policy. Now coming to your point, sir. Most organizations will say wear a mild perfume, but the term mild is not defined.
Fine.
It's not defined. We all say mild. What is mild for X will not be mild for Y. Mild is a way. So there's a perfume chart. Next week I'm going to be releasing an infographic on perfume. I'll release a perfume chart along with it. You can share it in your organization. There's a perfume chart that defines the flavors. The floral and the fruity flavors by default are mild. And then there are range within perfumes. So you can share that chart and tell them that you stick only to these two, forget the other circle. So they will get it.
That will help me.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Many times what happen, I myself purchase the perfume, but later on I find it's so strong.
Okay, I'll tell you how to purchase a perfume. I'll give you, if you
Then give
is
it to
okay
me.
with everybody, I'll tell you how to purchase a perfume.
Yeah.
See, when you go to a store to purchase a perfume, what do? How do they sell you perfume?
Yeah, either
They show you
Put it on
smell.
a paste paper and then
They say smell it.
Yeah.
And then what do? If it tastes, smells good, you buy it. Okay, then if you want to say someone else, they'll give you coffee beans. Smell. Okay, and they say you get the coffee beans so that you can neutralize the earlier smell
Yeah.
that you had. Trust me, coffee beans do nothing like that. Because they also have a smell, no? Then how can they neutralize? Coffee is also a perfume. So then how does it neutralize? It doesn't neutralize at all. How you should buy a perfume is a long process. And trust me, your sales guys are going to hate me for telling you this and hate you for buying this way. But I'm still sharing the process with you. The process is like this. You go, ask them to write the name of the perfume on the strip of paper. Spray the perfume over it. Carry the strip along with you. Take a smell, take the whiff then and there. And carry that along with you and tell them, I will buy it from you later. That way you can take 7, 8, whatever you want. Okay? After you've taken that, after 3-4 hours, smell it again. Some of the smell must have evaporated. Forget it. You don't have to buy it. Okay? But some of them will still have it. After that, again after 4 hours, smell. And once you do that, you will get 3 different kind of smells. Because every perfume is made up of 3 notes. There's a top note, there's a middle note, and there's an end note, a base note. The base note is the heavier note that lasts longer on your body. Most of us buy perfumes with the top note. So you have to buy a perfume over a 12-hour cycle and not over a 5-minute cycle. It takes time, but then if you buy the perfume, you will buy the right one. So then I'm on this one.
Thank you. Thank you for giving.
Mansi,
Yeah.
name you for perfume which are go for 12 hours. She wants it.
You want a perfume, you want to buy it.
Yeah, so name
Show the
perfume.
names.
She wants the easy route. She wants
Brands.
it.
No, it cannot be easy at all. Perfume buying is an art and a science.
Yeah,
So any big brands will have the perfumes which will go for more than 12 hours. Any big brands. You can buy any. So, you must be on the group, no?
Yeah.
I will release an infographic next week where I put the perfume chart. Look at what resonates with you. Buy perfumes only in those spheres. Forget the rest of them. There are 6 spheres, you don't have to buy all of them.
also when you're putting the perfume, you know you have to pump once or twice and you're okay with that. But a lot of people you interact with use deos. And there is no end to it. मतलब वो एक बार pump दबा के they are just putting it all over their body and then smelling and giving others a headache. So how do you deal with people who are using that?
Psychology says most people who use perfumes so much that everybody looks at them are attention-seeking individuals.
Yes.
Okay, all that you have to do is go and give them one compliment. You know what, you're looking amazing today. बस थोड़ा परफ्यूम कम लगाता ना नेक्स्ट टाइम से परफ्यूम कम हो जाए ओके
There was a joke, FM joke on that also. होता है तुम जब निकलती हो जान निकल जाता है बस सुबह थोड़ा नहा धो के आने में तुम्हारा क्या जाता है.
Any other doubts? You have some doubts, you just joined.
So I have one question actually.
Yeah, yeah.
It's out of box actually.
No problem.
So I'm a mother of teenager now. My son is 13 years old and he likes to wear only 2 t-shirts. ये continue होगा मतलब
नहीं change नहीं लगेगा, don't worry. See, I have a son who's 12, I have a daughter who's 17, and I get so teenage is the most difficult part with children, and they get swayed by. I mean, anyway, she will know she's got elder children. You know, they get swayed by peer pressure. It's okay, I just live with it. शांत रहो.
इतने सारे कपड़े वो नहीं
Be happy, he's going to become a Steve Jobs.
Sometimes
Why are
the
you worried?
comfort of choosing the same over and over again. Like
Yeah.
even for example, I think we adults also pick up
Yeah.
which you are comfortable with. Like
Yeah.
you said, no,
Yeah.
another aura, you need
Yeah.
this exact probably.
So you know, I know somebody. That person still has a T-shirt which was 7-year-old because उस समय when he wore that T-shirt, he got ऐसे किसी networking meet में no, he got a job opportunity.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
Lucky.
throw that T-shirt.
Lucky
वो
T-shirt.
अभी भी cover में है.
Lucky.
Networking मतलब he will wear it. It's faded, it's dated, but he will wear that T-shirt because we get those emotional associations with clothes, you know.
My uncle used to wear only white shirts. So is it connected to some psychology or maybe?
Okay, thanks for pointing that out, Mansi. See, only intelligent Mansis can do this. That is a big part of personal style. Okay, can I switch off this? Is it okay? Yeah. So I'll just quickly walk you through how this.
Usually I have to switch off the remote.
One second. I'll quickly walk you through. I'm going to take a few names. Tell me what do you remember about them. Sindhutai Sakpal? What do you remember about her?
Sari was
Pink sari. Always, okay? Chacha Nehru?
White.
White kurta, jacket.
And Rose. Rose, right? Mahatma Gandhi. Dhoti.
Kurta bhi nahi, dhoti.
Right. Mark Zuckerberg.
I'm sorry?
Mark Zuckerberg.
T-shirt.
What color of the t-shirt?
Great.
Grey color.
Gray. Steve Jobs.
नहीं नहीं
Black.
white.
You know the black
Black,
turtleneck.
yeah.
Do you know what was the price of the black turtleneck? अपने को तो लगेगा रास्ते का माल सस्ते में. You know that was bloody $10,000. A simple black turtleneck. Now see the names that I have taken. You could remember what they were wearing. Did you have to question your competence in their mind?
No.
That is the beauty of personal style. Some of the biggest leaders will wear the same clothes on and on. Do you know why? Because they don't want to waste their time in thinking, what should I wear?
Yeah.
And personal style can be cultivated. I have a 6-step process. And I have people who now, especially people who are 45 plus, who now come back and say, listen, I now want to be at the CF, so give me a personal style. And what your personal style does is, in the case of personal style, your competence becomes taken for granted. Then the only 2 things that you have to work on is organization and people management. And not everybody can have a personal style, let me tell you this. You need a very high level of emotional maturity to have a personal style. Even I don't have that kind of maturity. Though I understand what personal style, though I'm qualified in personal style, I still don't have that maturity. Shatrughan Sinha's wife, I'm missing her name, Poonam, right?
Poonam, yeah.
She wears a sindoor red. यहाँ से यहाँ तक देखा है? Well, it's some kind of maturity, man. And people who are 45 plus, who are matured, emotionally matured, who are focused, they know I want to get there, they all have a personal style. And I can tell you from experience because I designed their personal style. And when I say design, I literally design. If you come on board with me as my client for personal design, I don't take any other client for the next 10 days because I don't want to pollute my mind for any other input. I have to work on you like this to design your personal style. It's a process. It takes a lot of time. But darling, that's a part of personal style. I'm so glad you brought that up.
त्याचे काय अनिल थत्ते पत्रकार.
Anil Thate. What is that? That is personal style. Can you ever forget Anil Thate?
No.
No, never. His car has his picture.
The tika is around.
You know,
Also,
people
picture
will
on the
say
car.
everything about Anil Thatte.
Yes,
They will say
correct.
he's self-obsessed, he brags, he's this, he's that, but nobody can forget it. You want to get yourself
I
featured
was
in
just
the
thinking
biggest.
about him. I was not recollecting his name, but I recollect it now because when you spoke about the personality of self, creating an image of yourself, I could recollect him. I was not getting his name. So,
Another example, Balasam Thakre. Either he is in
Balasam.
Bhagwan
Yeah.
mind only.
And he has the mala always. So,
Sushma
people,
Swaraj.
Same
Sushma
Anandi
Swaraj
also.
with the bindi, people who are clear, I want to achieve that, and who are emotionally matured will always have a personal style. Because the focus is clear, they don't want clutter on the way. Then that is where people like me step in to do their personal style. And you can never beat these people now. Their perseverance, their resilience is another level. Another level. You can't beat them.
Multiple examples.
Yeah, there are many examples.
Baba Amte
Even
is
the
example.
corporate world, yeah, look at the biggest of the guys. You know, I have met so many people who criticize Mukesh Ambani. Oh, he deals with people like this, he does like that, he does like that. His products are like that, services are like that. Jio का network नहीं आता, ये नहीं चलता है, वो नहीं चलता है. Have you ever seen Mukesh Ambani without a suit?
No.
That's the power of a personal brand.
Dr. Trivedi from our.
Dr. Trivedi, yes, he is also like that. Do you know Dr. Deepak Deshpande? I mean, everybody does, right? Yeah. He's always in something very unpredictable. Have you noticed?
Yes.
You can't predict what is the next thing he's coming in. That is also a personal style.
And most of the time he is in the black color.
Modi.
Modi, he started with a very good personal style, you know, when he defined his own name on the cloth. And then I don't know what happened, it fizzled out. I don't know what was it. He should have carried on with that.
But every now occasion, it's different.
You know something? Narendra Modi, Devendra Fadnavis, they all have an image consultant on board.
They have.
Devendra Fadnavis' wife, they all have an image consultant on board and they don't work without image consultants.
They don't step out of the house without their.
In fact, Neeta Ambani also changed
Nita,
her
Nita
style.
Ambani every day.
All everybody was.
No, but otherwise, though, she changed her image actually. The way she used to be, like, I think some 10 years, 12 years back, she used to be more like a, Gujarati style. But now she's totally changed to a corporate look.
That's true.
Even Usha Uthup has this.
He used to.
Right from the beginning.
Yeah, right. So that is all a part of personal style. Yes, darling.
I'll leave.
Sure. Sure, definitely. Nice meeting you here.
Yes, here.
Rekha wears only kanji and sari.
Who? Rekha, yeah. And Rekha is mostly in gold and red.
Yeah.
And you try copying somebody else's personal style. It doesn't work. That is the reason we have these Bollywood character parties, where you dress up. And when you have a Bollywood character party, without you saying what you're dressed up as, people know you're dressed up as that. For one of the parties, I went in a white t-shirt and jeans and people asked me, what are you? I said, audience. अरे audience चाहिए ना, तभी तो movie चलेगी. That's the power of personal style.
Mansi, I have a question.
Yeah, dear.
Now, when you're saying corporate look sarees, can they be flowery or they can be, or it has to be plain sarees?
Plain saree, contrast border.
It cannot be like this kind.
You can, don't wear it for formal occasions. Don't wear it when you're meeting your clients.
So it has to be more of a.
More solids with contrast border. Higher contrast border works well.
So basically, Bengali sarees that you have, that works, right?
Yeah, even our Maharashtrian Khan sarees, they also work very well.
So I have plenty of Bengali sarees.
But that Khan sari,
Starting them.
Khan sari will not be, I think, suitable for the corporate.
Sir, it's very suitable. The problem is nobody wears it. It's very, very suitable.
You need to carry yourself whatever.
Yeah. You know the traditional Maharashtrian dressing. I mean, I'm not a Maharashtrian, married to a Maharashtrian, but I can tell you the traditional Maharashtrian dressing is the most practical dressing. Have you seen the Nawaris?
Yes.
You can bloody run a marathon. You know that lady, right?
No,
Of
no,
65
no.
years who ran for her husband. She ran in a Nawari. You can do anything in a Nawari. That is the beauty of Maharashtrian dressing. But unfortunately, it's not spoken about.
And in fact, it's like a dhoti only. In fact, the male dhotis are also very comfortable
If you wear them properly. Very true. Great. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
your
very
time.
much.
It was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Please sit here.
I also want to say
I
Thanks,
know.
Mansi. And on top of mind, I was thinking to invite you to my organization.
definitely, sir. Everyone
So
is.
this is how the networking works.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mansi. Really, you give the good insight in the very difficult and toughest subject. You narrated and you explained in a very lucid language that made us understand it easily. Thank you, Mansi. Thank you very much. Now is the time for thanking our sponsor for today's
Yes,
event.
very much. Very
Mansi,
much.
thanks, sir.
Yes.
Madam Sangeeta madam came to me around 2 months back also. What happens, one letter came to me for my signature, and I recently joined this organization 7 months back, and that was so like recommendation, or you can say that undertaking to the bank, and that rate of interest was too high. And it hit to my mind immediately. I said, nothing doing. I must get into immediately. It was on the second week of my joining, and I called Thane Janta Bank, Shamrock Little Bank, and spoke to them and negotiated. What I understood, though I have been dealing with the cooperative banks and I have the account with the banks also. So cooperative banks, the rate of interest is 2 days. Plus, no, you can customize your requirement as per your organization. And third thing, you get a very personalized services that you will not get any other private bank. The charges are too high for the private banks. So this is how I got into this discussion with Sangeeta, and she is a very hardcore negotiator. After a long time of discussion, she said, आप ये पहला 25 वाला लो, बाद में वाशी में है 50 वाला है वो बाद में देंगे. And they have a beautiful office in Kolkata at Ramadevi. I have visited that place, and there is a bigger conference room. So she said, that will come at later stage and give us the business.
So I was Saraswat customer incident.
That's so good. So it's over to you, ma'am, to explain your services and products.
Yeah. Thank you. Just before we introduce, thank you very much, Mansi. I'm sure those 44-45 people registered but didn't turn up. They have certainly missed a very important session. Like, don't want to comment on that side, but what people, those who are not present here physically, they really missed is like connecting this image consulting to your own HR policy also. The question came like what kind of your attire should be there, what kind of condition you should put there. I think a lot of input could come here where they could actually customize their policies, etc. And more than that, we had this session scheduled for 1 hour and it went for 2 hours. And I'm sure those people who left due to compulsion because they had job, two, three people. Otherwise, even they were like in their mind, back of their mind, like I should stay back. So it was making choice between two difficult things. And still, we have many questions, and we really learned a lot. And it's completely worth of this investment of 2 hours on Saturday morning, 2-3 hours, 3 hours plus people have traveled like Karuna. She has traveled all the way from Kandivali, Ambarnath, Panvel. So yeah, thank you very much. That's all.
Thank you.
Yeah.